Good afternoon, everyone. Today is September 6, 2021, and it is Labor Day. And this beautiful building that we are standing in front of currently is Union Station in Washington, D.C. It was one of the country's first great Union Railroad terminals, designed by Daniel Burnham. First opened in October 1907, and the building was completed in April of 1908. Later, it underwent renovations with 3 levels of retail space added in 1988. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk into this building and I'm going to show you around. Okay, so this is the inside of Union Station. A very, very beautiful building. Okay, and like I said, all this was restored back in 1983. It still really looks good. Okay, so if you're here, whether you're here, for transportation purposes, or you're just looking around, plenty of places to eat here. As you can see right here is a Shake Shack. Okay, plenty of places to just grab something to eat. Let's see, Kava, Potbellies. Okay, Uno's upstairs. Okay, so we're gonna keep walking through the station. And actually, after we look around a bit, we're gonna head out to the parking lot, through the bus terminals. And once we're through the bus terminals, we're gonna catch the DC Streetcar. So the DC Streetcar, we can basically catch that on the backside of Union Station. Okay, so before we do that, we're just going to kind of take a little walk through the station to see what's here. You want chocolate? Looks like they're making a chocolate there. Okay, we're going to take a walk upstairs. Well, take the escalator upstairs. Okay, one thing I can see as I walk through here, and currently I guess we're on what's considered the 3rd level. But as I walk through, yes, there are plenty of shops that are open. However, there are a lot of shops that are closed, which is not surprising due to the pandemic. Okay. There's one right there. Josh A. Banks Clothier. This location didn't survive. Okay, so even as we walk further down, I mean, I see one big store that looks like it's open. However, as I see, there's plenty of other shops that's just closed. So we're not gonna walk down that way. However, one thing I want to also show you guys is that, like I said, we're currently on the 3rd level. Okay, downstairs there's a food court. So if you just want to grab something quick, okay, the food court is down there, and there's plenty of places down there to grab someplace to eat, something to eat. Okay, and below us, it's like that's the counter for Amtrak. So that's where you want to go if you need to grab your ticket. Or you need to talk to someone about a train out of here. Okay. Also, like I said, where you can rent a car from here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna walk up through the parking lot and through the bus terminals. Okay, like I said, so this being Union Station, this is like the main transportation hub for DC. As you can see there, you see plenty of people there just waiting for their trains. Waiting to leave. They're waiting for their trains. And we'll continue walking. Okay, so this is a parking lot here, but it's not just a parking lot. As you can see, a sign there that says DC Streetcar. So we're gonna head that direction for the DC Streetcar. In addition, as we walk, you can see buses and rental cars. So basically what's happening is, if you want to catch the Mega Bus, you want to catch the Greyhound, you want to catch Peter Pan bus, any buses, this is where you'll catch it from. I mean, I've caught this bus up to New York City, and what I can tell you is, if you come here early in the morning, for example, 6 o'clock in the morning, this area is packed with people going both north and south. Most of the people are headed towards New York. They usually have a stop over in Baltimore. Either they'll keep going up to Manhattan. Also, DC has what's called a circular bus. And basically, the circular bus, what happens there is you can catch kind of short trips downtown DC. Now, this is outside of the regular bus that goes, the regular Metro bus. Now, this is something special just for downtown DC. I mean, great tool this is really for tourists and people who are shopping downtown. Okay, but like I said, we're gonna continue walking here towards the DC Streetcar. Okay, and really, it's easy to find. You just follow the signs out here. And you can see it's accessible. You know, it has an elevator, so you can easily get to it. Part of the DC skyline, as you can see. I mean, there's lots of construction going on there, lots of new buildings going up, which is a great thing for DC. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just kind of point to the left here. Okay, that's to the left, or the direction I'm pointing now, that's headed towards downtown DC. Okay, and currently we are on 8th Street in Washington, DC. 8th Street Northeast. I know most of the videos that I'm showing you out of DC has been in Northwest DC. So Northwest is really where most of business is conducted in DC. Most of museums, that type of thing is are, you know, in DC. They're in Northwest, but this is the northeast side of the city. And as you'll be able to see on this street, you know, there's lots of new construction on this particular street here. Okay, so this is the first stop on the DC Streetcar. So just to give you a little bit of history about this DC Streetcar, and I'm gonna point down Northwest DC. As you can see, so we sit up on a hill right now. Okay, so going down this way, this is 8th Street that I'm pointing to, but that's the northeast side of 8th Street. Okay, so the DC Streetcar basically, let's see, originally, so there was originally streetcars here that opened back in 1862. So way back then. However, 100 years later, in 1962, the streetcars were dismantled. You know, a lot of the areas basically was considered no longer needed. You know, since we had buses, since we had cars, I mean, it was just considered a thing of the past. But, you know, back in the 1862 when they first started, I mean, that was, back then they had, those streetcars were horse-drawn, and, you know, just kind of went throughout the city, different parts of the city, on Capitol Hill included. Okay, so back, you know, moving forward a little bit, in 2016, okay, so this streetcar was reintroduced to the city, opened up, back up in 2016. Okay, so it's been going ever since. However, you know, originally, when they decided to redo the DC streetcar, they planned for 37 miles of streetcar rides throughout the city. However, instead of 37 miles currently, you know, after, you know, since 2016, there's only 2.4 miles that currently have the DC has service for the DC streetcars. So if you just want to know, so this goes all the way down 8th Street Northeast until you get to what's called Benning Road. 8th Street turns into Benning Road. one thing is, I did just ride this streetcar coming up here a few minutes ago. That car actually did look a little beat up. However, this car looks a little better. I do see the seats are a little worn. Just kind of show you. Okay, so we're back. So we're just going to take this short ride. We're only going to go one stop on this ride. So we're going to take this one stop, then I'm going to show you a little bit of 8th Street Northeast. Also, more mega buses headed towards Union Station. Okay, so when we get off this stop.